Look, I got one thread on the needle. I folded double, so it's 2 threads on the needle. I made a knot at the end. We are going to sew always from the top down. So we're sewing from the neckline. Remember that this is without seam allowance. So this time you do need to match the exact corners that are exactly on it. Remember I keep saying you don't have to match them, you match where you sew, but this you're sewing. So I'm going to do just very soft running stitches. I want them to be fairly close together. So maybe anywhere between 1/8 to 1/4 of an inch. Okay? And they need to be on the seam, not on the side. See, on the seam. Okay? I want to do it one more on the corner because I don't want it to split it. And you do them loose. Do not make them tight. Fairly loose, you see? Loose. I'm not pulling tight. And very close to the edge.
What do you call this stitch?
Pretty? I don't know.
Okay.
Loose stitch for bust cups. It's just a running stitch. It's not really anything difficult. But my point is that you need to make sure that it's loose. You see that I'm not pulling tight. If you pull it tight, it's actually going to make a ridge right on the edge of the bust line where the princess line is. And I'm going to show you the trick when I finish sewing. Why do you need to make it loose?
Because you have to open it.
What about spacing?
About 1/4 of an inch to 1/8 of an inch. Very small.
Am I right?
Yeah. See, the batting is fairly thick, so you don't want it to be like a cording around that line.
Wait, Professor, I thought the seam allowance was at half an inch.
I didn't put any.
I think he
See, I put no seam allowance. I put it here so you can see that I make corrections. If I would have cut it on the edge, first of all, it would have stretched. And second of all, I wouldn't have had extra wiggle room on fabric to connect it. Now, remember that we walked it like a million times? See how it fits exact? Okay? I'm gonna sew only one side because you guys don't have to sit and watch me doing all this, because the other side is identical to this. And do not pin it when you're sewing. As you sew, line up the edges back again. When you get to the end, again, do not do it on the edge. Maybe do a couple of stitches just to reinforce it. Do not make a knot. If I wanted to make a knot, I'm going to just do a couple of stitches randomly on the side. It's kind of like what you do with reversing. See? Then it's not going to come off, and then I cut it. Now, if I open it, I wanted to show you. See how it creates a ridge? See how you can see the ridge? Can you see the ridge? See the ridge?
Oh, yeah.
You see the ridge? What you're going to do, because we did it loose, you're going to pull it and let them fit so they fit side by side the thickness of the fabric. You guys are seeing?
So the edges are kissing?
So, exactly. So see, feel, when you feel it now, it looks like it has, no, touch it this way. See that there is no bulk?
Oh, nice. That's why I didn't want it to be.
Okay?
Can you do that